All right, listen up. The video you're about to watch is one of the most effective submission escapes that exist, and one of the only ones that can actually get you out of a fully locked triangle choke. It may look like you're exposing yourself to an armbar, and I know you're tempted to say, oh, just armbar him, but watch the full video, give it a shot, and you'll see that the armbar is not actually there. The way you move your head and the key point that I illustrate of keeping your eyes on the right level as you turn here, if they were trying to bring their leg over the top of your face and head, it'll actually just fall because of the rotational movement and the way your elbow is pointed. Don't worry about the armbar. Be aware that someone may attempt it, but as long as you do the technique correctly, the armbar is not there. You would just continue rotating. And I believe I actually talk about that in the video, but a lot of people were leaving comments saying armbar. Oh, this is an armbar. There's an armbar there, but that's not true. So trust me, I'm an expert. So there's certain triangle setups where having good functional movements to keep you out of them, and then being able to keep your posture, or not posture so much as much as like keeping the distance between your neck and his hips, even those things won't save you. For instance, a good example is like the triangle from side control. You know this one, Mike, where you pin the wrist here and you sit up and throw the leg over? Right. Like this position, there's no chance for me to do anything. But chances are he's gonna roll this way, lock it up before I have a chance to create space, and now what do you do? So this was the position that I spent a whole year fighting out of. Like every day in training, no matter who I was fighting against, I would put myself in a triangle and I try to figure out a way out. And I got really successful with one series of movements. So go ahead and lock it full triangle. You got thick legs, it's gonna be hard to talk while I do this. Maybe loosen it just a little. Okay. So there's a grip you do. You'll never guess what I use. I use the lapel. Like this. You fold it in a bow here. And you grip it like this. What does this do? Well, what does he need to do to finish me here? Either pull my head straight down and just tap me with sheer strength, or most people try and pull the arm across. Right? So putting this here stops him from ever being able to get my arm across. This grip is super strong. It's like a handle. He can't just break this grip. Trying to pull it across his body doesn't really work, no matter how he tries to do it. Like, as long as I keep my elbow down, I'm fine. Now, you'll see I'm kind of like sinking into myself. I'm sort of dropping to my hip, if you look here. If you try to drive in, this is where you're in danger, because this allows him to adjust his hips here, and then you're gonna get tapped. So you want to stop him from cutting that angle by kind of sinking onto your own hip and dropping your elbow and bringing your head into his thigh. That same motion we were talking about earlier, here. Now you don't have to sink like this, but I've found that it relieves a little bit of pressure and stops people who are good at cutting the angles and underhooking your legs. Because what's he want to do? He wants to underhook my leg here. Underhooking the leg is a super effective way to finish triangles on guys who are just toughing it out. So if I stay like this, he can underhook my leg. Once he underhooks it and can cut that angle, I'm gonna get tapped. So you can kind of hide that by just like staying heavy on your own hip, connecting your hip to your heel to your butt. Here, go ahead and lock the triangle for me. Okay, now I'm trying to keep the space between my neck and my shoulder open as much as possible, because it's a lot harder for him to pull my head with one hand, because he can't really reach me with the other hand because I'm blocking it with my arm, see? But if I'm facing him, he can reach with both hands and pull it straight down. So you pull your head to the side, so he only can try and pull with one hand. Try and reach my head, Mike, with both hands. This grip here stops him. So with a little bit of practice, it took me a couple months to like have the neck strength to keep my head over. This is when I was like 16 or 17 I was doing this, so I wasn't like super strong or anything. So I had to practice. Keep my head over, block this arm. Now, you're actually going to start to try and push this arm across his neck. Not to choke him, but to keep him away from your head. Like this. And I'm gonna extend my arm. Why? Because you have a much better chance of trying to escape the armbar attempt they're gonna throw at you. By extending your arm, people are like, oh, he's giving me the arm bar. But he doesn't have the arm bar. It's an illusion. He would only have the arm bar if I extend this way. This is where he can arm bar me. But the second he switches to arm bar here, he loses all of his power. The position sort of falls apart. So he has to decide, does he take the risk for going for this arm bar or omoplata? Having the arm across his body, as long as you get it across the center line here, protects you from the omoplata as well. So triangle me. If I'm here, if he tries to switch to omoplata, it's not actually an omoplata, right? Because my hand isn't gonna fall into his hip. So having it just right in this sweet spot, it's like right here over the opposite pec. Here. Okay? So avoid staying centered. Staying centered, he can reach with both hands and pull it down and just choke you no matter what. Spread it all out, so he can only reach you with one hand. You have this hand free, so even if he does get a good grip on my head with his hand, I can kind of block it. Just give myself just a little bit of defense to keep that hand off me. Okay? Now, they may not let go of the triangle. If they let go because they feel like there's pressure on the position and they want to take the arm bar, it just sort of falls apart. Right? It looks so simple, but it's super, super effective. A lot of better guys will realize that if they let go, it falls apart. So they keep the triangle. When someone keeps the triangle, you keep your eyes at like the same level. I'm just like looking up as much as I can, and I want to look all the way around till I can see the wall behind me. At the same time that I'm driving the lapel across his neck, keeping it in the loop the whole time. Because I have to be able to fall back to my defensive position if he like struggles or wriggles. So I'm trying to turn, he may be able to yank me back down, and then I have to be back to my defensive position. And I'll reset. Okay, I'm gonna try again now. Look what I do with my hip. I bring my knee to his hip. Eyes at a level, and turn. Now, because I don't want to break Mike's back, I'm going to demonstrate this part. So I'm going to put Mike in a triangle. I'm going to have it locked. He's going to get the loop. You're going to look this way. Yes. So if I keep it, he continues looking with his eyes. Keep turning. Oh, and then basically they have to try and hang on to a triangle upside down. If he doesn't look, it stays there. Yeah, if you keep your eyes too low as you turn. So do it intentionally wrong this time, Mike. Okay. Turn, keep your eyes. Look, I can hurl myself into him if he doesn't keep the proper eye level. He may even end up in like yeah, there, that was perfect that time. If you collapse in on yourself, they may even fall into like a mounted triangle. They could like curl you in. But you feel the strength there, right? Yeah. It's very strong. And it's all just because you eliminated one of his arms out of the equation, just with that grip, keeping it away.
It's allowing the frame.
Yeah. So, I'm confident, I've never done it, but I'm confident that like very few people can triangle me, even with a full locked up triangle. Because every time I've been in one for the last 5 years, I've used this escape and I haven't been triangled. I can't think of the last time I got triangled because of this. And triangles aren't really a position you think of like having a solid escape from, but this one works. Bringing the hand across his neck as much as possible. Don't be afraid of extending your arm. There is no arm bar here, especially once I connect my knee to my hip, his hip. Because now he can't even adjust his hips to try and like cut the angle there. So I block that ability, and then you turn. If they're really persistent, you keep looking, turn, until eventually he would go face down, and you would like Boston crab him until he lets go. Okay? Anyone have any questions? Anyone want to feel? Try and triangle me. Any takers? You want to try? Come try. Put my money where my mouth is. You don't know what Boston crab is? You don't watch pro wrestling?
You should put him in the Boston crab first.
Yeah,
I want to see him escape the Boston crab.
Here's the Boston crab. So let me go for a double ankle lock, and then you step over. Relax. Let it happen. Tap. That's a Boston crab. Uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa, 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 let me get my grip. All right, here we go. Balls to the wall, you ready? Is it locked? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. I feel totally safe, actually. I was more worried.
You were more worried.
Yeah, go. Finish me.
I'm trying.
Look, there's no arm lock opportunity. I just continue walking, walking.
It's even better like if you can explode, right? That.
Yeah, but what's cool about it is you don't, like, this movement, if you explode and it doesn't work, there's the rubber band effect where you like explode and you bounce back in and you're like, ah!
Too low, right?
Then you fall into like a worse position. So I like to take that one really slow. Can I get a lanky guy? And this move works even better on lanky guys because there's more space in between their legs. So you don't actually, oh God, this guy's got a good triangle. I feel it. So I actually can breathe a little better, even though it's locked. Is it locked? Okay.
Yep.
So look, here, try and reach my head. It's pretty long, but as long as I can keep my arms straight, you're pretty safe. So if I'm here, this is dangerous. I don't want to stay here. This is where I collapse on myself, trying to create space. You can try it harder. Trying to turn until we squeeze down.
At that point, once you turn that corner, you let go.
Once he goes face down, once I can confirm that his chest is down, I will let go of my arm to base so I don't like invert in on myself and lose the position.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good, right?
So if somebody knows you're going to do that, can they do anything to defend your arm?
It's pretty hard. Like maybe they can try and stop me from getting the lapel, but it's pretty lenient as far as what you even need from the lapel. You don't, like, this just creates a really nice like leverage point so he can't pull my arm up and across. It's something really strong to hang on to. It's not strong this way, but I want to get it across and it just creates this really nice grip. Keeps my hand there. Like this. This works pretty well, even if you're like in a really bad position, like right here. If you can just like suffer through the choke while you get the lapel, start turning and creating this space. You'll feel it start to, your airways open up immediately. And then try and get the face down. Okay? So, let that be a lesson to all the teachers. A lot of people are showing fake moves these days. They're just making stuff up and not actually like showing that it works. You gotta actually test your shit. This one works, and no one knows this move. I came up with this. I actually came up with this in like, when I was a white belt, like 16 years old. This was like the thing that got me out of triangle chokes. And I've shown it before on my website, but I never like showed it to the public, really. But it's really, really effective. But it takes a little bit of practice to get comfortable there, because no one's really comfortable in a triangle, and everyone has bad habits of trying to posture. They keep everything really straight, they try and posture, because that's what everyone's taught, but that's wrong. It's like the worst thing you can do, because it's so easily countered. You actually want to hit them with this angle. Oh, that. Blocking the hands, blocking the neck, and trying to turn. You just need a little bit of neck strength. I don't have a strong neck, I have a bad neck. And I can still do this move. Nassar caught me in a triangle the other day, and it was tight, but I got out because of this. And Nassar is no slouch, he's really good. He's got good triangles, but having that angle is just the functionality of the movement. The leverages are too strong. The support strut is too strong. They can't like collapse you back in on yourself because a stiff arm is just such a strong tool in jiu-jitsu. Okay, any questions? Let's try it on 3. 1, 2, 3.